What is up, y'all? This is Dave again. We're trying to make some money. That's what we're trying to do. And as always, we are drafting today. I was not happy with my draft yesterday, so I am getting into another chow chow. Let me explain this really quick. Um, um, yeah, we are at pick three. Don't know how I feel about that. I do prefer the pick four because I would love to have any of these four guys at the three. Obviously, we are going with Jamar Chase, but sometimes I do want to go with Puka Nakua. I don't know. Here we are just gonna go with Jamar Chase, knowing actually Jamar Chase goes, so I'm taking Bijan. I'll take him. I know there people are a little scared because he's not participating right now, but I'm happy to take Bijan Robinson. I'll take him. Um, I know he's holding out. He's doing the whole thing, but Chris Olave just got paid, right? So, like, I'm not gonna overthink it. Obviously, we know he's a great running back. He's physically present at the facility, interacting with teammates and keeping in shape, but refusing to risk injury on practice field. I am happy to take him there. So happy I got Bijan at three. I do love to take the RBs in the first three rounds, anyways. At least take one or two. So I'm happy to take Bijan. So really quickly about this, we did this yesterday. Didn't wasn't too happy how it kind of drafted out, and so here we are doing it again before it fills out. It is about three-fourths of the way, so it's a $50 entry. Two out of the 12 teams at event. If you get through that, two out of eight teams at event, and then two out of eight, and then there's a 58 seat final. So very high probability of you getting into the final. And if you get to first place, you win 50,000. Second place, you win 25,000. Third place, 15,000. So pretty good payouts. If I'm not, the thing is with here, you have to, and I'm sorry if you hear the freaking ghetto bird here. I do live in a ghetto area. So, um, puts me asleep. I'm not lying. Sometimes it puts me asleep. Anyways, so you may hear it just coming through, and hopefully it doesn't hear too bad, but you can't listen to it. Like, it's not too loud, but we'll just try to get through it. So, the only thing is trying to be the best, or at least the top two highest scoring team is if you have an advantage, but here we are drafting with literally people that have experience, right? You see all these badges here except for me. So not in a good spot. I think again these guys have done hundreds, if not thousands, of drafts, have won probably some contests, have know the ins and outs of these things. Again, I've just started drafting here this year. I just started drafting these best ball stuff this year, so I'm like, not that I'm just learning. Obviously, like I have done like my home leagues and I do watch football, all that stuff. But you know, you know what I mean. So I'm taking Brock Bowers. I never take him, but I'm taking him here. Um, I don't know if I do, especially with it being a $50 draft. Malik Neighbors goes pretty early, but again, he is fully healthy. I don't know if this is me trying to do something new here. I don't know if I like it, but the fact that Brock Bowers falls to me here, to me, is okay. Um, we're just gonna see how this plans out. I may try to get Fernando Mendoza in like round 14 or 15, and to have that stacking option here. But for now, let's get some wide receivers and maybe some running backs in this uh, later rounds. Rasheed Rice goes. It would have been nice to have Rasheed Rice. I'm not taking Devontae Smith. I may just take Emeka Ibuka and hope for the upside here. I do need a wide receiver. I wish now I'm wishing I would have taken Rishi Rice. I know Chris Olave just signed. Um, I know he just signed a 4-year contract, so I don't know how to feel about that. Let's take Emeka Ibuka and wish for the ceiling here. So yeah, I know Chris Olave was holding out. He literally just signed today, and so Chris Olave, I guess, is now viable to be able to draft in this round. Again, Brock Bowers don't always take him here, but the fact that he kind of fell to me here is just like, all right, let me try it out. Let me see why not, right? Again, especially for this type of draft, maybe I shouldn't have taken him. I would have been super happy if I would have taken Rasheed Rice here and then I would have gotten a Booker here. I would have been super happy with that one too, with the wide receiver. So now I'm just kind of beating myself up with Brock Bowers. Again, I don't know if that was a mistake. Let's hope I could get some wide receivers in these next rounds and some decent running backs and be okay with my team. Um, so we'll see how it goes. Again, with Brock Bowers, may give you the same amount of points as like George Pickens, maybe Vic Buka. So it's not too bad of a pick. The thing is that if Brock Bowers does go down, but I guess like any other wide receiver, right, you kind of do have that caution there. Man, I don't know. So again, like I was mentioning before, we are going against these like experienced guys. I'm the only one without the badge, so kind of worrisome in a way. Especially like if Trey McBride fell all the way down here, man, like maybe I could have caught in Tyler Warren in this round 5 here. Brock Bowers is such a good tight end though, so good. So Chris Olave makes it all the way down here. Cameron Williams, I was like probably thinking about taking one of these two at pick 27 anyways. So maybe I should go and rush out Rishi Rice here. I keep overthinking it. I'm like beating myself up for it. I don't know, but that's okay. We have Bijan at the 3. It's like we would have taken. It's like if we're drafting at the 2 right now because this is normally what the 2 drafts anyways. And so then maybe we could get some value here at this at pick 3 here. So let's hope for the best. Let's see who we can possibly get on the way back. As Cam Scatterbull makes it to us, that'd be great. Terry McLaurin makes it to us, that'd be great. Don't know if I want to go with David Montgomery. Baishal Tunin is actually going up the draft board. So we'll see. Again, we'll see who makes it to us. I am down to take one of those 2 players if they fall to us, and I'll be happy. So we are pretty balanced right now. We actually have one of each pass goal. We have the tight end, we have the wide receiver, and we have the running back. So again, I wasn't very happy with my draft yesterday. It's $50 drafts. Pretty expensive for me to be drafting like $50 every day. Obviously, don't want to do that. Um, so I go ahead and take freaking Brock Bowers in round 2. Don't say he's a bad player. I'm just saying I never like taking tight ends early. So Terry McLaurin goes. The next guy that I have is Cam Scatterbull, and I'm fine taking him there. Um, if Baishal Tunin makes it, I'll take him. If not, I'm taking Carnell Tate. If I take Baishal Turin, I am done at running back for the next few rounds for sure. Turin goes, so I am just gonna take Carnell Tate. I know Devontae Adams is above there, but I'm going for upside here. Do I take Devontae Adams? Oh, Jeez, that was tough. Now I'm wishing I would have gotten Jamar Chase here. Like maybe I should have not taken Rasheed Rice instead of Brock Bowers. Then I would have taken either Neighbors or Booker here. I don't know, right? Like Booker and Cardinal Tate as my wide receiver 1 and 2. I am going with some young guys. Obviously, you want that because there's upside there, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, again, we can't predict the future. Do I love my team so far? It's kind of been like meh. Like it's kind of like meh. But I am trying to win. I'm trying to win some money here. So we'll see. We'll see how this towards the end of this draft here. Like this guy with Cook, Brown, and Javante Williams seems like a great start, but then he takes Burden and BTJ. BTJ is just he's a hit or miss, right? This guy with no wide receivers at 9. I'm surprised. Josh Jacobs, Bucky Irvin, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor. Like at least we're not as bad as that guy, right? Um, but again, we have to beat like 9 other people besides that guy. So I just if I think Carnell Tate is the wide receiver that he is, we are okay taking Carnell Tate over Devontae Adams. This team at 12 actually looks pretty decent in my eyes. Amari Hampton, Kenneth Walker as RB1, RB2, then Terrell McMillan, McConkey, Odunze, and Jordan Tyson. So that is a pretty good team, a pretty good start in my opinion. I know I'm pretty balanced here. I do like to have that balance, but again, taking Brock Bowers in the second round is kind of it's tough for me. It's hard for me to take tight ends early. Very, very hard for me. Just because like I feel like Tyler Warren and Brock Bowers is not that big of a difference if I'm being honest. I know Tyler Warren is more than likely going to be the number 1 target in his team, similar to Brock Bowers, but obviously Brock Bowers does have more talent. I just I just don't know. You know, hope this guy doesn't take Jalen Hurts because he has Devontae Smith. If he takes him, because we're planning to take Makai Lemon in this next one. I don't know if I'm taking too many rookies here. Is he on auto draft? Who do you go with? Yep, he went with Jalen Hurts. Let's see who we're getting here. Um, I'm taking Makai Lemon, and I might just take Quinn Johnson on the way back. See if we're able to do that, and then I think we'll be okay to start off with wide receivers. So let's hope these guys are going fast. This guy makes sense, right? He takes Caleb Williams. Actually, he doesn't even go for the stack. I was figuring. I don't know what I was thinking here. Do you think this guy will go with a running back, wide receiver? He is going with Tony Pollard, so I'm taking Quinn Johnson. Expects more yards after the catch. So again, may smash on some quarterbacks here. Doesn't look like I have the stacking option with Makai Lemon. Doesn't look like I have these. Will have the stacking option with Quinn Johnson. Um, Maybe we could get Patrick Mahomes and Xavier Worthy on the other way on the way back. Maybe we'll pick up Brock Purdy. I don't want to do the same mistake as I did last draft where I fell behind on quarterback. Again, especially on these type of drafts, we really don't want to fall behind our quarterback points. So and similar to the tight end, I don't want to draft quarterback early. So we'll see how this goes. Trevor Lawrence goes to he goes like as Brian Thomas Jr. But again, you are taking your second quarterback when you only have two wide receivers. So surprise here. So similar, yeah, I think it was the guy that I was kind of looking at. This was the team where he has four running backs through his first 5 rounds. Um, Joel Hubbard goes pick 83. Justin Herbert goes. It would have been nice if Justin Herbert would have made out the real big here, but it doesn't always happen, right? Blake Corum goes at pick 85. Sorry, let's see that. See, man, like, I'm just more about for taking Buckeyes too. I mean, not too bad in the round. Do we take Mahomes or do we go with Brock Purdy if Patrick Mahomes doesn't make it to us? We have Scatterbull. I know that's not a stack, but we may just go with Xavier Worthy, and if Mahomes makes it to us, we'll take him. If not, we'll take Jackson Dart. So Xavier Worthy actually goes pretty early. Jeez, goes at pick 89. I think this guy's just trying to make up some wide receiver points here, but he goes with Xavier Worthy on top of like other guys. Now that I don't have, I'm not have that second option with Oi. I'm on the clock. I would have wished I could have gotten Xavier Worthy stack with Mahomes. Um, I might just go Brock Purdy here. Jackson Dart's also a great pick. Should have seen by. Oi. I think with Brock Purdy, I think he's a great QB. He's a great damn QB. No, I'm thinking I possibly go with Jackson Dart there. Here's the thing, I'm gonna go try to get Debo or the shot shooting later stack with Brock Purdy. We're gonna try to get Debo. Baker Mayfield here as well. Like Baker Mayfield. Hey, I'm gonna try to get Baker Mayfield stack. Um, so we did take another running back out of and then also they had another back. J.K. Dobbins in the first weeks of survival. Now I'm thinking with the San Francisco 49ers having so many injuries, I just get is hurt. But figured he didn't make it to us. Figured he would have made it to us. I don't know. Do I love my team? Brock Purdy is a great quarterback, but other other people that are he's trying to stack with Jordan Tyson. But again, I feel like this guy is not trying to fall behind he's trying to follow George Kittle. Do I want to be fighting? ahead of us. Let's hope that Baker Mayfield doesn't go. I know this guy has two QBs, so I don't think he'll take ahead. And so, Matthew Stafford, Ashton White goes. So we're taking Baker Mayfield to secure to be now thinking maybe Travis Kelce, Wanda Robinson is there or less appealing. This guy takes lightly. I'm sure he probably sniped this guy that with Dart. He was probably going to go with this tight end. He still doesn't have a tight end yet. So I feel like this guy is just targeting him, which is not a good strategy in my opinion. But looking at his team, it's pretty bad with like the two QBs and all that. So I'm taking Wandell Robinson, and he is building a report with Ward. So we'll see if we could get Ward. Cam Ward, if he makes it to us, if he falls, if he doesn't, again, like I mentioned, we did take the two wide receivers, so we are trying to make it less appealing for other guys to take Cam Ward here. Jalen Coker has kind of been going up the drafts, so I maybe should be taking more Jalen Coker. I would actually take him when I first started doing this, and back in May. So the fact that he's going here at like 126 is pretty interesting. It's like I was taking him down here. I was thinking like I would take Terrell McMillan. I'm like, let me take Jalen Coker to kind of make sure I get the offense of the Panthers. Is that a good idea? I don't think so because it's the freaking Panthers, right? It's like bottom 10 offense, I think. So don't think that's a good strategy, but what do I know, right? So far looks pretty good. I don't get to take Cam Ward. I will try to take the Las Vegas quarterback. Do I want to reach on Deshaun Stribling here? Like he is way down there. Like how much do I care for the stack? Do I take him at 147? We're unable to take George Kittle here. Again, it's okay. I did take Brock Bowers in round two, so it's not like I'm gonna force and try to get like another tight end right here, right? So again, I do have Carnell Tate, I do have Wando Robinson, so I pretty much have the pass catchers with with Tennessee. So if Ken Ward drops or he makes it, Debo Samuel actually is coming up the draft boards now that he signed with the 49ers. So Deshaun Stribling may fall. If I could get Cam Ward at 142, I may just take Deshaun Stribling just because there's like 49ers going. I'm sorry, not 49ers, wide receivers going here in this round. So far as like Rashid Shaheed, Diggs, Debo Samuel, Jalen Naylor. So who are these wide receivers here? Ricky Pearsall, Travis Hunter, Omar Cooper, Jalen McMillan. Like the other option is like go with Trey Tucker if someone takes Cam Ward. Do I go with Mendoza to stack with Browers and then take Trey Tucker here? Do I try to get Mendoza in the 14 or 15? Like, let's see if Cam Ward goes. Do I take Cam Ward? Is it too early to take my third quarterback? Cam Ward goes, so it's making our pick a little easier. We're going with Trey Tucker, and we're taking Dish Stribling here, and then we may be done with wide receivers for now. We might go with 8. But since this guy took Cam Ward, pretty much sniped us just because of Wanda Robinson and Carnell Tate. I'm going with Stribling here. This guy takes McMillan, so he kind of goes and takes my guy if I would have wanted to stack with Baker Mayfield. Um, I'm fine taking Stribling here. I hope this guy doesn't take him. He only has 4 wide receivers, but again, he has 0 tight end, so he may take a tight end here. Yep, just like I figured. So I'm taking Stribling to stack with Brock Purdy. I think he is going to have a bigger role just because Pearsall's hurt and there is no clear wide receiver. I know Debo Samuel's going back to the 49ers, but again, I do have Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy is such a great QB that, again, he is praising Stribling. So in case it happens, they are just going to kind of bye week one. And the fact that I'm taking Trey Tucker opens me up to take Fernando Mendoza as my third QB, hopefully by round 14 if he kind of makes it to me. Um, he is here, so I may be able to take him in round 15. So let's see who I'm able to take. Again, don't want to force another tight end. Maybe I could take a running back here. I'm not going to take Tim Bixby. I'm not going to take. I mean, Camaro is there, but Dylan Sampson's there. But I might just take Fernando Mendoza and not freaking stress about it. So again, let's see what happens. So Juwan Johnson go pick 156. Let's see. I mean, I only have 3 running backs here. I have to get 2 running backs for the next few rounds. I do like these later round running backs to these guys here, like I was mentioning. I could possibly take Jonah Coleman just because I have J.K. Dobbins, and so in case J.K. Dobbins does get hurt, R.J. Harvey may take the leading role in Denver, but who's going to be the RB2 or who may be splitting? Who may be splitting? Excuse me. Who may be splitting the backfield with R.J. Harvey? Jonah Coleman. So, but in case that does not happen, I am just going to be. I'm just gonna be freaking skipping on. I'm pretty. I could have taken someone else, right? So here's the thing. I know Fernando Mendoza is down there. This guy has 3 QBs. I don't see him taking a third QB because this guy at 2. But this guy at 1 only has 2. I know he has Caleb Williams and Patrick Mahomes, but he is pretty balanced where he has 3 running backs, all that good stuff, 6 QBs. I don't think Jonah Coleman is that much different from like these other guys I may get. Like I'm just gonna take Fernando Mendoza and not worry about this guy taking him. I know it's somewhat of a reach, but I could possibly take Jonah Coleman on the way he only has 3 running backs. But I do have J.K. Dobbins, right? I do have J.K. Dobbins. So again, he takes freaking Brian Robinson. So I could probably get Jonah Coleman on the way back. He does take Isaac Tesla. Antonio Williams is also available. I do have 7 wide receivers though, so this guy has 5 running backs. So I would take a wide receiver before I take a running back. So regardless, I am taking the 2 guys I would like to take anyways. Here, so I'm fine doing just that. Jeez. So far so good in my opinion. Thing fell off. I would have taken these 2 guys here. I did need another running back. I know I have Dobbins, but again, I am trying to just take the role or pretty much take the making sure that I take. Plus, Denver has one of the best offensive lines, so I am taking at least one of the guys that are going to be benefiting from that with either Jonah Coleman or J.K. Dobbins. You know what I mean? So the only thing that may be a little scary is that R.J. Harvey may be the main guy there, which I think does have the talent to do that. But if J.K. Dobbins is healthy, I don't see that happening. So I know I was talking crap about taking Brock Bowers in round two, but I am liking it so far. I am okay. Like I'm not stressing on tight end. Like I haven't thought about taking a tight end right now. So you know I am more than likely gonna take two tight ends, probably my last two picks. But right now I just know I need to take another running back. I know I need to take a. So if Kate Auden falls to me, I'll take him. Um, and I hope he does because I do have Baker Mayfield here. So I know you guys can't see these picks. Again, I'm trying to like figure out how to minimize like this face here or this screen here. But Trey Harris goes at pick 181. Gunnar Helm goes at pick 182. Do like Gunnar Helm, by the way. Do like him at this pick. Geno Smith goes at pick 183. Not a big fan of Geno Smith. In case you didn't know, I am a Raiders fan, and so Geno Smith was just buns last year. Jacoby Brissett goes at pick 184. I know you guys could see this, but got this, in my opinion, take Jacoby Brissett pretty early, but he was probably scared of not getting him on the way back. But because he has Trey McBride, I figured he'd probably take Jacoby Brissett here. Um, I'm surprised this guy goes at 185. I am like, what is the ADP on that guy? I haven't seen him go. Walker ADP is 215, and he goes at pick. Okay, so Kid Auden goes. There goes my chance that I was thinking of going. Maybe I should have be paying more attention. Um, Again, I have to take another running back here, so I am fine taking Mike Washington as my fifth running back to kind of pair up with Fernando Mendoza, plus kind of have the pairing here with Mendoza here. So I'm gonna take another tight end. Let's see who's available here. 9 o'clock, not yet. Oy. Guess I'll go with Gasecki. Do need a tight end. I would have. That would have been so great if Kid Otter would have fallen to us. Dude takes Eli Stowers. Eli Stowers is also a great option, but the fact that I don't know if he's gonna be actually getting a lot of playing time. In case Bowers gets hurt, I know Gasecki is a starter, so I am safe there. Um, but then again, okay. Here's the thing: do I take another wide receiver, or do I just get another tight end? The fact that I take Gasecki, the fact that I take my second tight end in the second to last round is worrisome. But now that Eli Stowers goes, which would have probably been a great last round pick, the fact that I didn't get Kate Auden, another starter, another stacking option with one of my QBs, the fact that I didn't get George George Kittle. Now, do I go with Tongas to stack with Purdy, or do I go with the other tight end with Michael Mayer? Now, is it too many tight ends or too much Raiders? I think so. What I'm thinking is, in case Bowers gets hurt, I do have Michael Mayer. Do I go with Ingram? Oh man, Evan Ingram is a starter. Dude, this is tough. Like Keyshawn Booty is no longer available. I was thinking he is available. Evan Ingram is available. He does have a different buy than my guys. I just go with Evan Ingram, or do we go with Michael Mayer here? So Evan Ingram actually goes. So I am stuck having to take Michael Mayer. Um, I'm surprised this guy does take just the three tight ends, the two last tight ends here. It just great two picks. But yeah, man, me and this guy just kind of followed along. So I'm just gonna have to take Michael Mayer. Probably too many Las Vegas Raiders. And again, it's not like they are the best offense. It's just, I'm a Raiders fan, but even then, I don't want to take too many Raiders, right? They are bottom five offense. So do I love it? Not so much, but in case Bowers does get hurt, like he did last year, I do have Michael Mayer. So, which is also a great tight end, right? I do kind of have that, and we're gonna have to trust Agaseki. So let's see who is freaking sin. Who is the Bengals playing week 13? We're playing the Browns, so let's hope the Browns give a lot of points to tight ends by by that week. So, all right, again, like I normally do, let's just kind of analyze this and see what I could have done differently. I understand that I took probably, but the fact that I was trying to go with pick up Cam Ward, it kind of makes sense, right? My wide receivers, as far as their buys, are kind of spread out. Ibuka and McCallum do share the same buy. But again, I have Cardell Tate, Quinn Johnson, Wanda Robinson, Trey Tucker, and Deshaun Stripling. I think by week 10, Deshaun Stripling will be that guy, at least one of the top targets in San Francisco. So I'm okay with it. And obviously, we're okay week 13 when Trey Tucker goes is on by because obviously he's not going to be a big factor. But we do hope that Trey Tucker may have the big games because he is a deep out the red. We do have the stack with Brock Purdy and Deshaun Stribling. Again, like I mentioned, Deshaun Stribling is going to be that guy in San Francisco. He is a rookie, but I think eventually he has been getting praise from Brock Purdy. Baker Mayfield, we do have the stack with Emeka Ibuka, so that is great. I hope he is like another JSN from last year, and he just absolutely goes nuts this year. Um, Fernando Mendoza, we do have the double stack with Trey Tucker and Brock Bowers. We have Michael Mayer as a safety net, just in case Brock Bowers gets hurt like last year. Don't love that I have two tight ends with the same buy, but the fact that I did take Michael Mayer in my last pick is okay, especially because I think he is going to benefit from the two tight end sets. And apart from that, you know, the the Clint Kubiak offense is just like you never know, right? Again, if Brock Bowers gets hurt, Michael Mayer would be that guy. Mike Gesicki, he is a starter in his team, so we do have that tight end okay as a like okay option. Don't love it, but I did take Brock Bowers in round two, so can't do much about it here. Um, let's see here. My running back room seems okay. I do have Bijan Robinson and Cam Scatterbu as my RB one and two as my hero RBs in my opinion. Seem pretty good. J.K. Dobbins is also great because he's a starter in case he does get hurt. Jonah Coleman may share the backfield with RJ Harvey. I do have Mike Washington to pair up with Fernando Mendoza. Again, Clint Kubiak does like to use two running back sets. I think he does love to use two running backs here and kind of trick the offense. And you guys saw it with Seattle last year with Zach Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. So I think as my last running back seems like a great pick in my opinion. So we'll see how that goes. Again, with my wide receiver room, I mentioned earlier I may have taken too many rookies as far as like my wide receiver two and three. But the fact that it's like first round picks, I am okay with it because these guys could be like the offensive rookie of the years, right? They could they could go head to head. So they could give me like 10 fantasy points plus each week, in my opinion. Cardinal Tate, I think, will automatically be one of the target hogs starting week one and not two or three. And with Makai Lemon, I know Devontae Smith is there, but Devontae Smith, in my opinion, could be a boomer bust. I know he's always played behind AJ Brown, but it's hard, right? It's hard. So Quentin Johnston, same thing. He could probably be the number one guy in his team. I know everyone's talking about the other guy, but hasn't really proved it, if I'm being honest. Walden Robinson is more of like what it's like a safety pick. I know he is the veteran in Tennessee, but I do have Carnell Tate, so I am taking on making sure I have the pass catching um, wide receivers from Tennessee here. Trey Tucker do have the stack with Fernando Mendoza. Just kind of was kind of interesting to take him to be able to stack with Fernando Mendoza and take Brock Purdy, right? So I was kind of hoping I'd take that, make it less interesting for other people to draft Fernando Mendoza if I got Trey Tucker. Again, I did reach for Fernando Mendoza, so not that it matters so much, but the fact that I was able to get Trey Tucker kind of made it more kind kind of made it more simple for me to take Fernando Mendoza where I took him. Deshaun Stripling, not a hard pick. Obviously, there's not a lot of offense, especially with Ricky Pearsall being hurt. So I am so glad I took Deshaun Stripling, especially as my last wide receiver. So there you have it, guys. Again, something I like to do towards the end of the draft, kind of like at projections. I know they don't mean crap, but we'll see where we kind of stand with the other people that drafted. Again, everyone else does have a badge. If you don't know, these guys with badges do have a lot of experience drafting here at Underdog. So um, we are projected to get close about 18 points from 3K. So let's see if anyone is about that range. Um, sometimes I'm a little tired, so I'm not going to go through everybody's team. But if anyone is near that range, let's just look at the team. This guy has three great starting QBs or QB picks. Christian McCaffrey, Jeremiah Love, Ramondre Stevenson, RJ Harvey, Tank Bigsby. Do love that tight end. I'm sorry, the running back room. Do love the quarterback room. So super great start. Do love his top three wide receivers with Drake London, Jalen Waddle, and Devontae Adams. But his remaining wide receivers are very, very hard to like. Omar Cooper obviously is a great wide receiver, a great prospect. But with Khalil Shakur, uh, freaking Zachariah Branch, and Pat Bryant, um, not so great, right? I know you guys can't see this, but his tight ends are Chig Akawonko, TJ Hawkinson, and Kate Auden. So this is the guy that take freaking Kate Auden from me. Um, I mean, do love his quarterback. I do love his running back room. Do love his top three wide receivers. Do love Omar Cooper. So this team is actually pretty decent in my eyes. Chig, I think, is going to be great. He does have the stacking option with Jaden Daniels. TJ Hawkinson doesn't have the stacking option, but if you think JJ and freaking wide receiver two for Minnesota is going to be better because of Kyler Murray, then you probably think that TJ Hawkinson is going to be a better tight end with that QB. So makes sense. Pretty good team so far. Obviously, we are both projected to have close to about 3K. Um, just looking at these other teams, this guy is okay as well. But yeah, man, doesn't seem like anyone else is in the 2900s. This guy looks pretty good. He has Josh Allen and Dak Prescott. His running backs is Ashton Jetty, Jadarian Price, Chuba Hubbard, Kenneth Gainwell, Tajay Spears. Wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Christian Watson, Stephon Diggs, John Johnson, Ricky Pearsall, Jeremy Bernard, and Darnell Mooney. Tight ends, Harold Fan and Jake Ferguson, Gunnar Helms. So this team seems great. I know he's not in the 2900s, but he is in 2800. If he would have taken another QB rather than another wide receiver, this team would have probably been in the 3000s. So this team, in my opinion, looks great. This is some guy that probably will be advancing, in my opinion. Not a, I don't know. He did take Ricky Pearsall at 179, but Ricky Pearsall there is a probability that he is not going to play this year. So we're not taking him anymore until we know more news, and we're not going to waste a pick on him. He does do great value in case he does come back in like week 5 or 6. So really not bad at pick 179, but yeah, man. So seems like okay. Do love this team more than I like last night's team. I do have Bijan as obviously he is probably could be RB1, and we have we were able to snag him here and pick 3 here. So I really don't think this team is going to be similar to other teams. Again, we kind of reach on some guys, we kind of got some values on some guys, and so I think we'll be okay if I'm being honest. Like, like I know my wide receiver room could be something to be worried about, but I think they'll give me the points that we're trying to get to. So I appreciate you guys. Again, probably do a stream tomorrow. If I don't, see you guys Saturday. I appreciate you guys. Peace.